Okay.
Yeah, add that to the dock. Looks like we are online.
Blood of his son on our hands.
After this ad goes away. All right, welcome back, Rocketreational fans, to some exciting losers bracket action in the second round of the losers bracket in the Rocketreational. I'm Kyle Orland, and with me as usual is John Perry. Hello, John.
Hello.
Tonight we have We Will Rocket You, which is currently warming up in the orange, versus the very lengthily named hashtag MLG NoScope 420 Blaze It.
Be the only time we say that tonight.
Hereafter, just called NoScope, because forget that long last name. And John, what are your thoughts on tonight's match?
Well, I'm gonna not pick anybody because I don't want to.
We know what a
curse
John
anybody.
Perry prediction leads to at this point, so that might be wise.
I'm interested to see how this match goes out because we have We Will Rocket You coming off a win. They got through 2 rounds of the winners bracket before getting knocked down here, so they're coming off a loss. But then we've got NoScope successfully completing 2 wins in the winners bracket to keep their dream alive.
So both these teams are 2-1 or 1-1 right now?
We Will Rocket You is 1-1. NoScope is 2-1.
And NoScope is coming off a win in the losers bracket, whereas We Will Rocket You coming off a loss to get here.
This is correct.
So that's got to be psychologically very different places for both teams.
I would say so. Well, I guess they're both 1-1. My math is bad today.
Oh, they are both 1.
Yes, both 1-1.
All right. It's a little confusing with this double elimination construction, but we're getting it.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, you can go to Challenge on, it's CHALLONGE.com/Rocketreational, and you can see the whole bracket. And I'll post that into the chat on Twitch.
Sounds good.
There we go.
So, John, would you rather be coming in off a win or off a loss in this situation? Coming off a win make you a little more confident, perhaps, but
Win's always a little
loss,
bit better.
you got more to prove.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's a good place to be in the losers bracket. Once you make it there, you're always fighting for your life.
What you'd really rather be is in the winners bracket.
Yes. I'm sad my team, we lost our first series, so we've been fighting for our lives the entire time.
Yes.
We didn't get to enjoy the, well, even if we lose here, we get to go one more time, at least.
Yes, but now that both our teams have won at least one match, we have that moral victory under our belts still.
I think I said in the first stream, my big goal was not to be the first one out.
It's good to have achievable goals.
Right.
In life.
Set them achievable.
And it looks like we got Develinot and Demian and Jux set up on Team Blue with 46 seconds left.
Awesome.
Not sure if this is going to be the button check or if they're going to want more time. We'll hash that out, but right now both teams just making sure their controllers work, not really showing off too hard. Just trying to hit the ball, and, you don't want to give away too much during these button checks.
Yeah, we usually stick to just making sure we're not lagging out too bad and everything's good.
Bag checks look pretty good. Pings are around 60 or 70 at the high, in the yellow, not in the red for anyone. So hopefully it'll stay like that and we won't have any technical difficulties. Nice shot there by Blue, as if it matters during this. early shot. John, are there any players in particular that you would be looking out for in this match?
You know, I saw a little bit of these teams, and they're both fairly well versed. I think the thing is who's going to keep their goalie, and I think that usually has a big tell, like who pulls their goalie and tries to go into attack mode instead of keeping a balanced play.
You think hanging back with the goalie will be the strategy to watch? The one who keeps defense will be victorious?
Yes. And if what we've seen in the past holds true. All right, so this next match is a real match.
All right, everyone's got their buttons all set. We are ready to get going. We will rocket you in the orange. No scope in the blue. Losers bracket action. One team will go home. Will be the fifth team to be eliminated, I believe, from the tournament.
That would be correct. What I'm hoping for tonight is a solid match, because we seem to have an ill effect on good overtime 3 to 4 matches.
Yes, I'd like to see at least 2 wins from each team. That seems to be a minimum.
Yeah, that would be a very nice thing. Maybe an overtime match, not just the blowouts we've seen.
Blowouts aren't fun for everyone. We have to fill in the time, try and pretend it's interesting, but it's not interesting. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, it's really easy to tune out.
Looks like Demian versus Sal Magic Pants in this first face-off. 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go with game 1. Who will get the first touch?
It's interesting, all of Team Blue is on PC, while Orange is on PS4.
Ah, interesting. PC players get 60 frames per second. I feel like it helps reaction times there. We just saw a few missed aerials there. Both teams trying to get a little fancy. Cabinet Fever getting a nice hit aerial, though, and Develinot sitting right in the right position, but he just can't get up for that block. And we have our first score from We Will Rocket You already with 20 seconds into the match.
So we can see a high-scoring affair or a blowout.
Or maybe it was just lucky. Maybe this will be a 1-0 match.
Right. So you don't tend to see those aerials be that lucky.
That was a very good aerial. You got to go for him to get him. Sal Magic Pants keeping up the pressure. Zachman helping him out, getting it centered, and he's trying to put in his own center, but it goes a little wide to the corner. Blue's got to get it out of there. They're still early, but Orange is showing some real heart. Very nice shot right off the crossbar there. Orange keeping it pressured. Now gets back to midfield. Cabinet Fever comes out of goal to help it out. That's a nice shot from midfield, and he puts it in, following his own shot and redirecting it back towards the center. Sal Magic Pants and Zachman saying nice shot to each other. Good, nice teamwork there.
Yeah, both teams seem to be implementing a full-time goalie at this point. We'll see if that holds out if this score continues to rise.
Yes, but it was coming out of goal that really set that up. You got to know when to do it, and Cabinet Fever there showing that he can't hit every aerial. And when you miss those aerials, you end up way down the field. As you can see, it's a 3-on-1 situation. Zachman, beautiful goalkeeping. But no scope, putting on some pressure now. And is Juck's going to come out and try and knock that out, or is he going to stay in the goal? Looks like he's staying in the goal.
Cross
staying
on
back,
it.
But it's a very
Blue
nice
to
center.
get their first points.
Oh, no one there to put in the center. And now Juck's is coming out to knock it up to midfield. Melanot taking it in, but Sal Magic Pants with the block. Now Demian in goal. Now hopping out of goal. I don't know what his position is right now. And now Blue working it down the field. No scope with a good opportunity here, but Zachman breaks it up.
That was a good clear to get out of the goal and not panic.
Yeah, and then Cabinet Fever, a nice aerial there. A low pressure situation, but it's good to get those early. You get the ball, get the hit quickly, and it gives them less time to get back.
Yeah, Magic Pants is just over on the Orange's side, clearing anything that gets over the halfway point.
That's a good strategy. Even you don't have to hang out in the goal. If you hang out in midfield when the rest of your team is attacking, usually you can cut off anything coming in. Oh, nice shot by Zachman, but a little bit wide. Zachman's all alone. He's a one-man team on this offense, but then a big miss, and Demian takes advantage.
Orange's
Worked
goal
it
is open. Zachman's falling back to fill in.
Briefly open, but you can get back pretty easily on those. Now Sal Magic Pants, an opportunity for a fast break. Blue's goal open there. But Jux is back and Orange backs off. With the with the 2-goal lead, they're not putting on too much pressure.
Yeah, a true sign of a well-rounded team is when the goalies can rotate in and out and fill the position as one comes out.
That is
to
important.
Make a shot.
Cabinet Fever, another missed aerial there.
That's an
Demian
open goal.
takes advantage. That is a shot. That is a big miss.
Oh, that's
Demian
a
gets
cross
the
court
long
shot.
goal. We'll see that again from another angle. Demian knocks it up from 3/4 of the field away. That's one miss, and that's another miss. And it just goes in. It was a tough shot to block.
Yeah, that's got to give the team some hope. They can get back in this. They're only one down now.
They're only one down. 2 minutes is plenty of time to force an overtime. And this is already looking like a much more competitive match than some of the others we've seen. These two loser bracket teams, pretty even so far. Both showing a lot of willingness to push it towards the other side of the field and get back on defense. And here we got a center from Orange. We will rocket you, and a beautiful shot.
That was a good angle.
Yes. Cabinet Fever just bounces it off the corner, and then Sal Magic Pants right there with the one touch. Demian is almost in position but can't get up. And now it's 3-1. Still time to get 2 more goals for no scope. And look at this, Velnot coming out quick. But Sal Magic Pants, beautiful defending. Definitely the defensive MVP so far.
Yeah, one of the things I'm really noticing on We Will Rocket You is they're going straight for the goal. They're not trying to pass the ball around, use the angles to kind of confuse the defender.
Yeah, that is important. You don't want to get too fancy. If you can get the angle and go right in the goal, you have a chance of scoring every time. Velnot with a nice long shot. Oh, but just wide and a little bit high. Demian tries to keep it up there, and Velnot helping him out.
Keeping the pressure.
But they got a goalie back, too. Even down 2, they don't want to put 3 people up on the ball. Cabinet Fever missing the aerial. He's at least trying for him. You know, if you get 1 out of 5, that could pay off. The ones you miss can hurt, but the ones you get are just so valuable.
Yeah, especially when you're on the in enemy territory. It hurts you a lot less than when you try to go for it in front of your own goal.
Here's a chance for Orange to put a dagger in it. They can get another goal. Oh, Velnot breaks that up.
Just cleaning up down this side, Magic Pants.
And no scope seems to be. They seem to just launch it into enemy territory and then hope they can catch up to it before the defenders get there. They're not really dribbling it down the field at all. They're doing these big long hits, but now it's an open goal.
There it is.
Blue can take advantage here. This is absolute must score, and they do score.
You got 25 seconds.
Sneaks it by. I don't know what happened on the defense there. It looked like Cabinet Fever was in position, and Zachman, but just goes wide. With 25 seconds left, they got a chance to tie it up.
Magic Pants got caught with his pants down across the field.
Oh, his Magic Pants were down. And look at this, the good kickoff. 20
they got an angle.
Left. They got to keep it in there.
Oh, it's
and they still only have 2 people up. Oh, here comes Velnot to help him out. Cabinet Fever tries to clear. Oh, and he gets it by 2 of them. He gets it by the 3rd, and I think that's going to do it. It's good strategy to go with 3 people, because at this point, that goal.
No Scope had a golden opportunity. That ball rolled on the ground right across the entire length of the goal of We Will Rocket You.
And with 7 seconds left, probably this first round match going to We Will Rocket You. But both teams showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of willingness to really go for it.
No Scope battled back from that quick 2 down. I think it was 40 seconds in, they were 2 down. They managed to put up a solid defensive effort and some offense to get them back within 1.
Yes, and even though they ended 2 down as well, by the end, I think they looked a lot better than they did at the beginning during that shutout.
Yeah, it could easily be 2-3. I mean, it was a garbage time score at the very end. They were put on their full press to get down there and try to get that last-second goal.
Closer than the score would indicate, but still, We Will Rocket You with the first game of the match. Based on this first game, I do not think it's going to be a shutout. I think No Scope will at least be able to put a game on the board, maybe 2, or maybe all 4.
2's your prediction?
I'm going to say minimum.
Minimum 2. Okay.
Of 2 for the losing team. That's my hope, at least.
I hope so as well. I'd like to see a good overtime match. Those are always the most intense.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking on our part. That we want to see interesting competitive matches, but maybe not.
I think everybody wants to see a competitive match other than the teams playing.
But will we? That is the question.
Let's get on to it. See how this kickoff goes.
And when you're down one game, do you expect to see a change in strategy from No Scope, or do you think they're just gonna?
No, I think you
stick
stick with it. I think you stick with it. I mean, it was a close game. You don't deviate from your strategy. You try not to give up that 20-second goal in the very beginning.
Yeah, that was just bad luck in a way. Not much action going on right here. Just a battle for control in the middle. No one seemed to be getting good contact, but now Demian works it down the field. Into the corner, can't quite center it. And it looks like Cabinet Fever's going to break that up. Going the other way, oh, an open goal. Juck's playing midfield, gets totally passed. But Orange can't capitalize. We will rocket you. Leaves an opening, and now it's going the other way. Another open goal. But we will rocket
Develop now got a good stop on that to keep it back on the blue or orange side of the ball.
We will rocket you back very quickly on defense. A nice center by Jux from a long way away. Cabinet Fever breaks it up. And, oh, Cabinet Fever gets destroyed by Novellanot as Jux centers it. Novellanot, beautiful shot, but just wide. And Cabinet Fever, big clear. That was heartbreaking. Hate it when those happen. And now,
they got a bullet there.
We'll rocket you, putting on some pressure, but can't quite do anything with it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what No Scope is doing. They had the ball down enemy side of the court, center, and they had two players back on goal.
Guess they're feeling a little gun shy after that first match. They don't want to lose the lead early. Sal Magic Pants trying to work it in all by himself, but Demian is there. Cabinet Fever with the putback, but Jux is there now.
Yeah, they need to stick with what they did to start this match. I mean,
but Demian, beautiful shot.
Nice.
Man just caught flat-footed.
As I was saying, yeah, this pressure is what we saw from them last match when they took out their opponent 4-0 in 4 straight matches.
Demian was on a perfect, Zachman was on a perfect angle for that if he had just jumped, I feel. But the reaction time, a little too slow. Now No Scope with the lead. 3 minutes left, plenty of time to equalize. And Zachman's looking to do that right now, all alone. 1-on-3, you're not going to score like that against a good defense. Cabinet Fever, a little help. Did he get the good angle? Oh, it does. Very sharp angle goal, and Demian tries to block it, just ends up helping it in.
Yeah, those are the quick goals that I was saying. They cannot afford to give up. They lose their positioning and then just give up a quick one.
I feel like that was going in even if Demian didn't touch it.
Oh, more than likely.
So
they just let that ball get in there way too quick and didn't put up the defense.
And just like that, the lead lasting only 18 seconds or so for Team No Scope. Now we got a 1-1 tie. Maybe this will be the overtime you've been hoping for. Oh, a big miss from Jux leaves it wide open in the middle. No Scope trying desperately to get back, and We Will Rocket You just can't take advantage.
Oh, that ball got a good hop.
Sitting like a meatball right in the middle, and again on the other side now. We Will Rocket You is able to clear that one. 2 very great opportunities on both sides of the ball, and no one can get there. Zachman now centering it, but he's all alone this time. And
yeah, wide open shots like that are way too hard to come by in this game.
When it's just sitting there in the middle, one of those should have scored. Oh, but meanwhile, out of nowhere, Sal Magic Pants comes in with a large bouncer. That was an odd center, Cabinet Fever. Sal Magic Pants just hits that perfectly as it's coming down. Felonot was right in the way, but he could only deflect it slightly into the post. Now 2-1, We Will Rocket You. That lead that No Scope had has evaporated like water on a hot day. So now you got 2 minutes left. There's plenty of time to get one more goal.
Yeah, because and that's the main thing. You just want to get it tied. You don't. At this point, you're not trying to get about winning. You're just trying to get it tied up and then worry about
one goal at a time. But Sal Magic Pants taking advantage of No Scope's overcommitment. No Scope got 3 people on one side of the ball, and Jux not anywhere where he could block anything. He tries to get back, but Sal Magic Pants was just too far centered, and now it's 3-1. Now you need those 2 goals.
Well, see, and that's what I was saying. I think No Scope was thinking about trying to win it instead of just trying to get it tied back up.
That's why you need to leave a guy back on goal.
Especially when you're only down 1. I mean, not easy, but it's manageable.
Especially with that much time left. Maybe with 30 seconds left, you try again. See, now Demian is smartening up. He's staying back on goal and breaks up what would otherwise have been a very easy score. Develinot trying to work it in by himself against Cabinet Fever. Can't quite get the angle on it. Cabinet Fever an easy clear. Sal Magic Pants helping it out with the center. And Demian misses.
Oh, that was a beautiful save.
Develinot taking out the attacker there. Zachman keeping up the pressure. Minute 10 left. And
yeah, We Will Rocket You is relentless.
Team NoScope has to get some offense going. Has to get some pressure on if they're going to score 2 goals in 1 minute. It can happen, folks. Sal Magic Pants, very nice angle. Develinot cuts it off. But going back, it's still sitting on NoScope's side of the field more often than they would like. And Zachman puts in an easy putback. Demian kind of trapped in his own goal. Bounces off the back. Demian was being juked out by Sal Magic Pants. That was a good strategy there.
Yeah, I think I said it last stream. I still think it's true. I think it'd be great if the devs added a kind of a time of possession stat where it showed how long the ball was on each team's side.
Yeah, I'd like to see more stats in general. You know, who's taking out the opposing team, for instance. Looks like Team NoScope is sort of given up on this game. Down 3 with 24 seconds left. Can't exactly blame them, but they're not really showing a lot of energy right now.
Yeah, at this point is where you expect them to be flying at the ball and just trying to get something to happen, to get some positive energy going into the next round or the next match.
Perhaps, or maybe just you want to take a break and recenter yourself before the next match, or next game, when, you know, things will actually matter again. But there we have it. We Will Rocket You, 2-0 lead. NoScope at least had the lead for a few seconds in that game. Got that early goal, but couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as soon as they got that goal, they kind of lost what they were doing, and then they gave up 18 seconds later, they gave up another score?
Yeah, I feel like We Will Rocket You, once they had that first deficit, we're like, now we got to be serious. Now we got to show you what we can really do. Crud Crodcopter asking, is this a tourney? Yes, this is the Rocketreational losers bracket match. We're going best of 7 games, and the orange team, We Will Rocket You, up 2 games to nothing as we go into game 3.
I'm posting the bracket again in there for people that are just now joining us. They can kind of see what's happened to date.
Some early pressure from NoScope, but they don't really stay with it as Cabinet Fever gets the clear. And they got to challenge that ball. Develinot, nice challenge there, knocks it up, but Zachman, their goalie, right in position. Sal Magic Pants going all alone, just knocking it in, hoping for a big miss, and there we go.
Teammates are fighting each other down there.
All 3 of the defenders on NoScope just totally whiff on the ball. You can see it again right here. 1, 2, 3 misses, and then Sal Magic Pants can just take his time centering it for Cabinet Fever. And with 30 seconds in, looking like We Will Rocket You, maybe taking control of this entire match.
Yeah, you have to wonder what the communication is on that side of the ball if they're running at each other and nobody's just calling it.
Oh, that was a nice shot. Demian just getting the angle to block that. But yeah, with all 3 defenders missing, that's got to be disheartening. Beautiful center there, but no one can get in position in time.
Develinot went under the ball like way too fast.
Yeah, they got to spread
outside the goal.
They got to spread out a little bit there. Demian and Develinot were in the exact same position, and that's just useless. Meanwhile, Demian can't quite get back on defense. Actually, he can get back a little too far. As you'll see here, he goes way in deep into the goal, and then as Sal Magic Pants shoots it, he can't come out to block it, even though he was almost in position.
Yeah, and that's 2 goals in a minute and 4 seconds.
That seems like the story here. NoScope almost in position for all these blocks, but just slightly off, letting We Will Rocket You get their scores.
And both of these teams have went up against really good teams in this tournament and taken matches off of them. So I expect a little bit better from NoScope in their teamwork.
That's right. We Will Rocket You took a game against Holy Goalies while No Scope took a game against Rocket Science, and those are two teams that are 2-0 right now. Two of the four remaining teams in the winners bracket. But it's looking like right now that We Will Rocket You is just a little bit better at getting back on defense and actually clearing the ball rather than just missing it. You know, those lack of contacts can really kill you. Bella not knocking it up now. They got 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to try and get some scoring going.
Right, that's plenty of time for two scores and take it to overtime.
As we saw still there, Demian and Bellanot both missing offensive opportunities, just going under the ball. And that'll really kill you. And whoa.
That's a beautiful save by Bellanot.
Yes. Jux got juked, but Bellanot right in position for that bicycle save. And Demian with a sideways save. Oh, but you can only do it too much. If you give them too many rebounds, they're eventually going to get it in there. No matter how many times you guys rotate around.
Yeah, the offensive attack by We Will Rocket You is relentless. Once they get that ball inside the goal area, they just keep at it until somebody makes a mistake.
They stay back just outside the circle, and after their shots, they seem to circle back to get the putback. And wow, that's just bad luck, I feel.
I have a feeling our streak of blowouts will not end tonight.
Why not? That was not much action on the kickoff, and then Sal Magic Pants just takes advantage, gets the angle, 4-0. And now you got to think this is going to be the third game in a row for We Will Rocket You. Very hard to come back from that for No Scope.
Yeah, we've not seen it happen this tournament. Anybody come from more than 2 down.
No Scope not giving up though. Centering the ball there. Demian with a very nice aerial hit, just wide. That's a heartbreaker. Juck's coming in for another putback, also to the left. Now they're getting back on defense rather than trying to put up another offensive attack. Oh, but no. Bellanot, it's midfield. Tries to center it, but 3 people from We Will Rocket You knocking that back, saying no. You can't get center that easily. Now back on their heels, No Scope. All the momentum going We Will Rocket You's way as Zachman, puts in a shot. Demian with those sideways clears. He's doing very well on defense, except when he's not. He's making a lot of good saves, but there's just too many shots, too many opportunities for We Will Rocket You, for even the best of defenders to really keep up.
Yeah, it looks like they devolved down to like just trying to take a straight-on shot instead of trying to put any finesse on the ball. Right now, I mean, all We Will Rocket You's having to do is just sit between the goal and the defender or the attacker, and the ball just bounces off their car.
With a minute left, nice center there, but can't put it in. It's almost like they didn't really want to. You'd almost want time to just run off the clock rather than putting in another goal, maybe.
Well, as a person that we lost a couple. Yes, if you're referring to We Will Rocket You, yes. But if I was on No Scope, my goal was never to get shut out, so I'd want a point. I'd encourage my team to go.
It's a big miss by Demian, leads all 3 people past the ball for No Scope. We Will Rocket You not really putting a lot of effort into that offensive stand, just placing it in the corner instead. It looks like they're just playing with the ball rather than really going for more goals. But Bellanot gets it back, and yes, they at least get one on the board.
That's a morale goal right there.
Worth noting, Team No Scope with 4 goals over all 3 games so far. We Will Rocket You managed that in just this one game. And that is why they're going to be up 3-0. John, you still hoping for that overtime in Game 4?
I am hoping that they can take a game. But I mean, an overtime game right now for them to take that and win that would be a great thing for them.
That could turn around the momentum.
And that's the thing, we haven't seen any spark for No Scope since they went up 1-0 in the second round.
Yes, that brief lead of 20 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if they can get one of those early goals this time,
and then sit on defense and protect that lead.
I feel like that's the key. They got to learn to hang back more. not once, especially once you have the lead.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of games go 1-0, and it's just like you get that point and then you sit on it.
I had a game recently 0-0 into overtime. No one could score for 5 minutes. It's what happens when both teams are overly cautious.
Or just strong defensive play.
Here's Develinot trying to work it in himself. Cabinet Fever just getting in there. Demian not quite able to clear it. That seems to be one of the big differences. Clean contact here. We will rocket you. Every time they touch the ball, it seems to go exactly where they want, whereas Team No Scope often missing the ball, or when they hit it,
it's a little left, a little right.
Yeah, or can't quite exactly get the angle they want or the power they want. Beautiful center there. And Zachman tries to go up. Cabinet Fever also. Cabinet Fever hits it, but way left into the corner. And this is an opportunity for a fast break for No Scope.
Hopefully they got support down there.
Got a goalie back. Sal Magic Pants. Beautiful goalkeeping, getting it out of there. Demian trying to put it back again, and no one in position. Jux was working his way back. The Velinot was on the wrong side of it. Just looks a little confused there. Meanwhile, Sal Magic Pants looks at
good clear.
Demian. Good clear. That could go in the goal, but it's going a little bit right.
Story of their day.
Still with it though. Velinot tries to come in. He knocks away a player. Cabinet Fever still has the ball deep into blue territory. Jux knocked it out.
Yeah, Jux did a good job not biting too early on that.
But look at this, Develinot. Jux was able to clear it to the side, but then Develinot with the putback totally misses, leaving Sal Magic Pants the one touch.
It was almost a beautiful save by Demian there.
Almost, but not quite. And it's key that Sal Magic Pants was able to get the perfect one-touch angle right into the goal. Often, when you get that touch, it'll go wide right or wide left, and that'll be a good setup. But if you can make it a shot instead, that puts a lot of pressure on the goalie. Now, again, familiar spot for No Scope. Down 1-0 in the first couple of minutes in a game.
And they're already pulling their defensive posture out. I mean, their goalie's down half court.
Yep, but now Demian's hanging back a little bit. Maybe they're learning. But it seems like they are going to need a little bit more if they're going to score, too. It's quite the conundrum.
Well, they've scored a point in the last few matches, so they can hold it to 1-1.
That's true. So you need to, you can't give up on your defense. Jux trying to get some power there, but nice clear from Orange. Cabinet Fever getting some nice aerials. Making the contact, even if it's not the best angle, it still works it down the field very quickly. That's important.
Yeah, because if there's one thing about We Will Rocket You, if they get a lead and they can pad it, that's when they just unleash their offense and just go at you.
And we got Demian still hanging back on defense as Jux and Develinot trying to work it in. Oh,
a little too high.
Develinot trying to put it in as Jux misses his shot opportunity, but a pretty easy clear. They're not putting up shots that are really threatening for the solid defensive We Will Rocket You.
I think that was Development. They just had a great clear on their goal.
Oh, and Develinot, nice shot there. That's what we want to see more of. No Scope wants to get back in this match.
Now we'll see if No Scope can avoid their tendency to give up a big play after they score.
Develinot doing it all on his own, working it down on the right and then putting it in at the perfect sharp angle. That is not an easy angle to hit. Now with a 1-1 tie.
Center and back.
And look, Develinot again. He's saying, we are not done yet. Good stop there by Orange, but Develinot is taking his matters into his own hands and before getting destroyed by We Will Rocket You. Now Demian trying to do his thing. Can't quite get it against a two-man defense on We Will Rocket You. And now it's getting past some of the no-scope defenders. Jux knocks it out finally. And again.
It's a good clear.
Zachman back for We Will Rocket You. That could be a long shot. That is, oh, right off the post. Can they clear it? Yes, Jux.
I am actually shocked We Will Rocket You wasn't there to attack that like they're normal.
They were there, but not quite soon enough. Lucky break for No Scope. They are not down 2-1 right now. And they are wisely hanging back with Demian on goal. Oh, but overcommits a little bit there. Not quite enough to really hurt them. With 1 minute left, maybe you'll get your overtime wish, John.
Thinking so. I think it's a lot of people's wish right now. I know at least 3 other people that are hoping for it.
At least, or maybe I think they'd be happy with a regulation win on Team No Scope. But
Oh, for sure.
and they're trying for it. They're not just hanging back on defense. Demian trying to get ahead of the ball. And here we go. They're committing now. Demian coming back a little on defense. Develinot trying to do it on his own.
Centered up.
Centered up, but no one there. Jux was hanging back. They are afraid. I think they're more afraid of losing in regulation than winning in regulation here for Team No Scope. Meanwhile, Cabinet Fever, good center, but Jux is perfectly positioned to break it up. And he breaks up the putback.
Yeah, I like the No Scope didn't abandon their defense like they have in the past.
Definitely. While still putting up some token offense. Oh, and Demian.
Oh, they got
almost
robbed by
gets
the
it in.
clock.
Oh. Zachman puts up a wow, and Cabinet Fever also. That was a wow worthy.
Yeah, I think if they had another second or two on the clock, that would have been.
Or if that shot was just a little higher, if it doesn't touch the ground, the game is not over. So if that goes right in the goal, that would have been an amazing last-second win. Instead, we're into overtime. First team to score will win this 4th game. If it's We Will Rocket You, the match is over. If it's No Scope, we continue playing. And I gotta think No Scope, playing for their lives here. They want at least one win. They really want this bad.
And they've got to have some confidence after holding them to one point after all 5 minutes.
Yeah, they got to feel like maybe they finally got this figured out. Like, don't overcommit on offense, and you have a chance.
Here we got.
And here we go. Jux hanging back on goal, and they're
clear.
Since he was right in position from even before the attack's development, he was able to get it out quite easily. And by the time the second goal was there, all 3 members of No Scope were in position. Jux with a long shot. Can Zachman get that? Oh! That was a tough block with a
thought we might have
tough
had a game
bounce. But very solid defense from We Will Rocket You. You cannot put up lucky or easy shots. You need to get a really good angle to get by them.
Yeah, I like to work in the walls and getting the ball around and then putting a shot on it.
Demian centers it. Develinot is almost there. It gets past all 3 We Will Rocket You defenders, but no one can get a touch on it on No Scope's side.
I like the patience Jux is showing and not running at the ball.
Yes, they're putting up an attack, but when it doesn't work, they get back on No Scope now. And just hanging out in the middle, bouncing. Cabinet Fever with a huge shot. Just goes a little high, but that was a beautiful aerial hit.
That could have easily been a heartbreaker.
Sal Magic Pants putting it right in center up top. Who's got to get it out of there? Develinot doing a backflip for some reason, right out of the way of the ball that slips past Demian as well.
Yeah, all 3 defenders were in goal, and
not sure what Develinot was trying there. Maybe he was trying for an aerial that just went out of his control. But We Will Rocket You does pull it out. The 4-game sweep, but it took overtime in that 4th game. And John, what do you think of We Will Rocket You's performance tonight?
They could put up a good fight for the next team they see if they can keep that kind of teamwork and commitment to the defense, and then once they get a lead, attacking the opponent's goal.
Yes. But a heartbreaking loss for Team No Scope, as they're now the 5th team out of the tournament.
Yeah, and it's always it stings a little more getting shut out and going out that way.
But at least they had the moral victory, forcing that overtime, showing we got a little bit of heart here, even though we're not going to be in this tournament. We will look for team hashtag MLG NoScope 420 plays it once again if the Rocketreational does another tournament. But for now, We Will Rocket You. Moving on, they will be playing Team 20K or Studio Bumble in round 3. Hey, Team 20K, I know that team. I'm on that team.
So you will not be calling that game?
I will. Well, if I win, I will not be calling the game against Studio Bumble. No, we will be playing that on Thursday. And if we
Either
win,
game.
If we win, we got.
When you win.
When I yes.
I'm not going to predict you to win.
Thank you, because that's the kiss of death, as we know.
You know what? I can say it right now. Studio Bumble's going to win that game.
Wow, that hurts.
I know.
And yet, thank you.
Oddly in the right way.
Yes, I don't know whether to be happy or sad about that prediction. But anyway, if we play We Will Rocket You, I got to be a little worried about that. They have a very strong aerial game, but more important than that, the defense they showed tonight will be very hard for any team to get by.
Yeah, and you have to imagine the defenses are just going to get better from here on out as these teams get further and further into the tournament, because that's where you make your money in this game.
After this round, every team in the tournament will have at least 2 wins, and there will be 8 teams knocked out. So the remaining teams will be the top half of the Rocketreational. You got to feel like those teams have proven that they really deserve to be here, that they weren't just pity editions, I guess.
Well, you know, I just can't think anybody is at this point. I mean, everybody's won a match against strong teams.
I think winning 1 match is good. Winning 2 matches really shows that you're the cream of the crop. So
yeah,
congratulations to We Will Rocket You for rising to that, and good show from Team No Scope. Hoping to see more of them. But for now, I have been Kyle Orland, and with me as always, John Perry. Thank you for calling the game with me.
No problem. I look forward to doing it again after your victory.
And hopefully we'll see you in the next round too. Team Joy, who you got next?
We have the high-flying Dwayne, the Rocket League Johnson.
Oh, very tough. We've called a game of theirs as well. It's got to be worried about that.
I put the kiss of death on them too, so maybe it's still sticking around.
All right. We will see you next time.
Good night, everyone.